A housing battle is brewing in Parkdale, anger boiling over among some residents of these two high towers. They tell us they're dealing with unlivable conditions, no heat, bed bugs and cockroaches, and badly needed repairs. They're targeting their frustrations against the building's new manager, claiming the landlord is avoiding their complaints.
This was here when we moved in. It's like spray-on insulation.
And how long ago did you move in?
Like 3 or 4 years ago.
And that's still there?
Yeah, it's still there. And when we initially came to view it, we asked for this to be fixed. Like, you can see it's literally cracking like all the way up the wall. Issue number 2, this door here, which is also super interesting. You can literally see the cracks all the way down. And if you go to open the door, it actually like rocks off of the wall. Oh, there we go.
Brittany Herbold is just one of thousands living at 103 and 105 West Lodge. She, along with some of her neighbors, say the buildings were in need of repairs years ago, and they hope things would get fixed when the new owners, Timber Creek Communities, took over in late September. But according to them, that hasn't happened.
We've had flooding on many floors, and there's mold in some people's bathrooms, that kind of thing. I mean, the repairs are really important.
Electric outlet.
Exactly. Appliances, cockroaches.
Timber Creek Communities took City News on a tour of the basement at 105 West Lodge, where they say they've been making system upgrades. They also add that they've completed almost 1,500 repairs since taking over the buildings and will have all 8 elevators working by April.
Unfortunately, some of the repairs that we are doing is more to the structural components of the building, the mechanical systems, the elevators, the heating system. We've actually replaced the entire heating system in the building. It actually just went live about 30 days ago. 4 elevators went back online out of the 8 for the properties.
At what point do you tell residents everything will be in order? Do you have a time frame for that?
So the first couple of years will be these structural components. It's things like roofs and the heating systems.
Are there plans to increase rent?
The rents will all go to market, effectively whenever those units are rented out.
With the current housing crisis in the city, residents also question why Timber Creek has left 70 units in the high-rise building sitting empty. The company says it's because the units and the towers need extensive work. That's a lot.
70. Yeah, it is quite a few. It is.
Yeah.
When we took over, there was about 25 that were vacant. One of the biggest challenges that we've had since we've taken over that was a little unexpected was the amount of plumbing issues in this building.
Earlier on in the show, we told you about the housing battle brewing here in Parkdale. Residents living in 2 towers here say their apartments are in unlivable conditions, and they're targeting their frustrations against the building's new manager. These tenants tell us they feel they have no choice but to leave, but some claim that's just playing into the hands of the owners.
Did you see my mom's place?
One resident took us upstairs to her mom's unit at 105 West Lodge, saying she's been living with bed bugs for months, no heat, and issues needing significant repairs. Other tenants tell us the same. Timber Creek Communities took ownership of 103 and 105 West Lodge in late September and tell us since then they've made 1,500 repairs.
There's mold in some people's bathrooms, that kind of thing. I mean, the repairs are really important.
Electric outlet.
Exactly. Appliances, cockroaches.
Timber Creek Asset Management is a multi-billion-dollar company, and these same complaints have been levied against the organization before.
There's mold. The ceiling is ripping apart. Like, I'm telling you, you can take your whole and stick it through the roof.
This is a video posted to social media by a tenant coalition in Ottawa's Herongate community. Residents there have taken to the streets and demonstrated against Timber Creek over what they claim are mass evictions and low-income homes getting demolished and rebuilt.
They did it in Ottawa. They kicked out everyone and tried to tearing it down. And they say it's because it's in bad repair, but they owned it for 6 years and didn't fix it.
Timber Creek Communities tell City News it's been making extensive structural repairs to the West Lodge buildings, including to heating, mechanical systems, and to the water boilers, assuring tenants they are committed to making all the repairs at the 2 towers, but it will take time.
These are buildings that have had very little deferred maintenance over the last several years.
Then why purchase them?
I mean, we like to buy buildings where there's a challenge in them and rebuilding a community.
Are these buildings still going to be here in the next 5 to 10 years?
100%. Yes.
No plans to demolish, no evictions?
Absolutely no plans to demolish, evictions, no.
What do you say to residents here who want to hear from you, who say they have concerns that the same thing that happened in Ottawa at Herongate will happen here in Parkdale?
These buildings are not going anywhere. That's something that came to our attention a couple days ago more clearly from the group that came to our office. But these towers are here to stay. We're making a big investment in the Parkdale community. It's an important part of the city for us.
Just a few days ago, West Lawn residents boarded a bus to protest at the office of Timber Creek here in Toronto, bringing with them about 150 work orders. Timber Creek's president tells me these repairs will be made immediately in Parkdale. I'm Faiza Amin for City News.